Want to pass JLPT N5 but don't know where to start? Most beginners feel lost because they try to study everything at once. But the key is not studying more. It is studying in the right order. And stay with me because later today, I will share one simple and important study habit that helps vocabulary and grammar stick much faster. Hi everyone, I'm Riho, your Japanese teacher. So, if JLPT N5 feels confusing, don't worry. By the end, you'll have a clear plan to follow. First, you need to learn how to read Japanese characters. You must be able to read Hiragana and Katakana. And you also need to learn about 100 kanji for N5. So, here is the order I recommend. Start with Hiragana, and then learn Katakana. And after that, start learning kanji. For Hiragana and Katakana, I highly recommend this website, Tofugu Kana Quiz. It's simple, fun, and very effective. And for kanji, I have a full video where I teach all the N5 kanji. I'll link the video in the description. If you watch it many times, you'll naturally start to remember them. If you can master the kanji in the video, you'll be fine. Next, vocabulary is very important. I recommend using a textbook that focuses on JLPT N5 vocabulary. For example, this book is really good. Hajimete no JLPT N5 Vocabulary 1000. Try to study a little every day. Even 10 to 15 words per day is perfect. Consistency is the key. I also have a playlist on my channel with N5 vocabulary including verbs, nouns, adjectives, and counter words, so feel free to use it for your study. You can find the playlist in the description below. Next is grammar. This is the part where many learners need clear guidance because even simple grammar can feel confusing when they study it alone. That's why it helps to learn step by step with a teacher who explains how Japanese really works. On my channel, I have a full JLPT N5 grammar series. If you study from lesson 1 to lesson 76, you can cover almost everything you need for N5. I include homework at the end of each lesson, so make sure to try it to deepen your understanding. And if you want extra support, you can write your answers in the comments. I read them and correct them, explaining why they are wrong, so you can keep moving in the right direction. Next, reading is very important. If you study vocabulary, grammar, and characters, if you don't read real sentences, it won't stick. You need to practice reading paragraphs. That's how you truly understand Japanese. I recommend you using a textbook like this one, JLPT N5 Reading Speed Master. It helps you build your reading skills step by step from basic practice to real test questions. This kind of practice is very important if you want to really understand Japanese. And here is an important tip many learners skip. When you understand the text, read it out loud. Many people say that reading out loud is one of the most effective ways to learn a language, and it's true. When you read out loud, you use your eyes, your mouth, and your ears at the same time. This helps your brain remember what you learn much more easily. So here is the best way to do it. First, understand the meaning. If possible, listen to the audio. Then, read out loud. And little by little, read more naturally. This turns passive Japanese into active Japanese. You are not only understanding the meaning, you are also training your mouth, your ears, and your memory at the same time. That's one of the fastest ways to make what you study stay in your head longer. Next, listening. Try to increase your exposure to Japanese in your daily life. Listen to Japanese as much as possible. For example, news, anime, dramas, or movies. Anything is okay. I especially recommend watching the same anime or movie many times. When you repeat it, you will start to recognize some words and expressions, and by watching it again and again, those words will naturally stick in your head. I also recommend using a book like this, JLPT N5 Best Complete Practice Test. This book will allow you to practice listening in the JLPT N5 format. So try using it again and again. This will help you get used to real Japanese little by little. And finally, before the test, there is one more important step. After studying Hiragana, Katakana, Kanji, vocabulary, grammar, reading, and listening, you need to review everything you've learned. Make sure you really understand the content and that it stays in your memory. For that, I highly recommend this book, the same one I mentioned in the listening section, JLPT N5 Best Complete Practice Test. With this one book, you can review all areas: vocabulary, grammar, reading, and listening. If you can fully master this book, you will have nothing to worry about for the test. When you find words you don't know, mark them and review them later. You can also add them to a vocabulary app and study them until you fully remember them. Before the test, focus on this book and study it thoroughly to prepare yourself. If you want to study step by step, check out my N5 grammar series, vocabulary series, and kanji videos. And don't forget to subscribe for more lessons. See you in the next video.